Hi, first graders. At this point, you probably should have done three things. The first thing you should have done is eaten the popcorn that I gave you guys in your packet, and then done the Nearpod that tells the whole first grade what your favorite type of popcorn is. The second thing you should have done is fill out this part right here of this first page. So that's what you are predicting. What do you think is happening? Okay? Then the third thing you should have done is watched Miss Turner read The Popcorn Book by Tommy DePaula. So if you have not done those three things, go ahead and pause this video and go back and do those, especially reading The Popcorn Book. That one's very important to complete this. Okay? If you have completed all of those, we'll go ahead and get started. So the first page is called The Popcorn Book, which is the story that Miss Turner just read to you. So you made a prediction on what you thought, if it was true or false. Now, true means that it is correct, and false means not correct. Okay? Then we have a statement, and now we're going to know what we learned from the story. Okay? The first statement says, popcorn is best stored in a tight jar in the refrigerator so the kernels keep their moisture. That was true. Now, a lot of times when we eat popcorn nowadays, it comes in a little bag and you open up the plastic. Now, you don't need to store those in a jar that's tight in the refrigerator because those bags that popcorn comes in, they're already sealing the moisture out of there. So this is only if you have just kernels, not in a bag. That answer is true. The second statement says there are three types of corn. Field corn is for animals, sweet corn, and popcorn. That is also true. We learned that there are three types of corn. Next statement says popcorn is the newest kind of corn. Actually, it's the opposite. Popcorn is the oldest kind of corn, so that one is false. The next one is popcorn was discovered by the Indians. In our popcorn book by Tommy DePaula, he did say that the popcorn was discovered by Indians, so that is true. Okay, the next statement says Americans use 500 million pounds of popcorn each year. That's a lot of popcorn. Not quite. That's not quite how much we use. Now, we use 500 million pounds of corn each year, but not popcorn. So there's three types of corn. So of all of those, that's how much we use. Next statement says, if popcorn dries out, you have to throw it away. That is false. In our story, he said that if you add just a little bit of water to the popcorn, then it makes it so it's not dried out anymore. So you just add a little bit of water to it. Our last statement says popcorn kernels are white, yellow, red, blue, and black. What do you think? Is that true or false? From our story, we learned that that is true. Now, the kernels are those colors, white, yellow, red, blue, and black. But once the popcorn is actually popped, it's all white or yellow, whatever color the popcorn is. Okay, the next part says, make a false statement true. So we have, let's see, this one right here was false. This one right here is false. And this one right here is false. So you're going to pick one of those statements that is false, and you're going to make it true. So this one right here says popcorn is the newest kind of corn. I am going to change that and say popcorn is the oldest corn. Now you can use the same one as me, or you can use this one. Americans use 500 million pounds of popcorn each year, or if popcorn dries out, you can throw it away. So you can make either of those a true statement. Once you're done with that, we're going to go on to the next page. If you're not done, go ahead and hit pause. The next page is a fact and details page. So we're going to write three details that support the fact. The fact is there are different kinds of corn. Now we learned that there are three different kinds of corn, so that is a fact. The first kind of corn that we learned about was field corn. And field corn is used for animals. Detail 2 is the second kind of corn, which is sweet corn. And who eats sweet corn? We do, humans. And then detail 3, our third type of corn is popcorn, and we also eat popcorn. But we're going to say that this is the oldest corn, because that's a fact about popcorn. Go ahead and finish writing those. Hit pause until you're done, and then we'll go on to the next page. The next page says, fact. The Popcorn Book by Tomie dePaola, which is what we just read, and you need to give 3 facts that we have learned. Now, it's been a while since we've done an informative writing, but I want you to dig deep in your brain and try to remember that format. So remember that when we're writing an informative text, you are giving facts about something. So the first sentence says, these are some facts about, and what are we writing about? Popcorn. Or you could just say corn. Okay, then your first sentence starts with first, and then you're going to give me a fact. Make sure you have a capital at the beginning, make sure you have a period at the end, make sure it's your best first grade handwriting. Your next sentence, your second fact, starts by saying, another fact is, and then you give me that second fact, make sure there's a period at the end. Your third fact, you say also, and then give me that third fact. Make sure there's a period at the end. And then your conclusion is almost the same as the first sentence, but instead of these, you say those because we've already told them, so it's in the past. So those, those are some facts about, and then maybe you put corn, maybe you put popcorn, whichever is fine. Then you can go ahead and color this picture of popcorn. If you are, you're going to need some extra time, so go ahead and pause the video, and then I'm going to go on to the next page. When you're ready to go on to the next page, hit play. Okay, the next page says, I can ask and answer questions to determine the meaning of words or phrases in a text. So you just read the story, The Popcorn Book by Tomie dePaola. It says, here is one thing I learned. So in this box right here, I want you to write one fact that you learned. Maybe it's that field corn is used for animals. Maybe it's that popcorn is the oldest. I want you to write your favorite fact right there. Okay? Then this part says, questions I still have. So even though you read a nonfiction book or an informational book about popcorn, you might still have questions. So if you have a question, I want you to write it here. And then if you have a question, have your family send it to me on Class Dojo, and I will do my best to answer it. That's all for our popcorn book today. We are now going to do an opinion writing pre-write. So go ahead and exit out of this video once you're done and click on the pre-write video. Bye.